Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Pro and Expert Division for the Acacia 9-hole Cup. Second tee, of course. Before we look at these replays, going to talk you through my adjustments and shots for all 9 holes, some different routes on a couple of them as well. Please do hit thumbs up if you're enjoying the content here on the channel and make sure you are subscribed as well. Obviously, we do have a 50% wind increase tournament modifier in play here. These replays are from a previous tournament, so they don't factor in the increase in wind strength. So do bear in mind, you will have to tweak some spins here and there, and also some adjustments to deal with the extra wind strength that we are going to have in this tournament. But we do have some drops here, and I do hope that they will give you a good idea of some shots you might want to play and use as a base for your preparations for the 9-hole Cup. Good luck. Let's go with hole number 1. Okay, hole number 1 then. I'm going to play with the extra mile here, but obviously other drivers will work as well. If you have more accurate drivers available, then obviously use them. Just over 2 topspin, and we're going between 2 and 3 bars side spin to the right with a katana. Setting up here, looking at the blue ring just being in the rough with the extra mile 8. And then we are going to make our adjustment. Maximum distance, 10% elevation. Don't want to go too giddy on the topspin here. Obviously, if you have stronger tailwind, you need to dial back the topspin. But we just want to bounce over safely and not threaten the rough in any way. No curl needed. The right spin is going to do the trick. So max plus 10 on the drive. Just bounce over nicely and get yourself towards the top corner of this fairway. Second shot, depending on the wind, is either going to be max distance long iron, max distance short iron, or minimum distance long iron. And here I go with the grizzly. I push up a few rings so that I'm not adjusting into short iron range. Then I'm going to add my spin. So we do need some backspin here. Ball guide to the hole. So in the end I decide to go with 3 bars of backspin. And just finding a good landing spot here. In the video here, I adjust minimum distance 5% elevation, so min plus 5. And we'll see this one does come in nicely, just a little bit of a tweak needed though. Maybe should have played plus 0.1 or plus 0.2, just a little bit under adjusted there. Missing on the right, but a very good speed. We have an albatross on hole 2 here, which is absolutely awesome. Extra mile 3.2 topspin is what I played here. Half of the red ring in the rough, plus 10 with extra mile 8, plus 12 with an extra mile 6 or 7. Look at the second bounce if you're using a different driver. Max plus 10, the adjustment, and going with some curl to the right. We do hit perfect here. We're okay with the amount of topspin. If you want to be cautious, you can go with 3 bars as well, I would think. But I played this with 3.2 here, and we do seem to have room for a stronger wind and still be fine. But obviously the judgment call has to be yours to make in the end. Now with this one here, I'm just going with left spin. I don't need any topspin or backspin. And just look at the second bounce, because if you've got a shorter drive, you will need to add a bit of topspin. But look at the second bounce, just clearing the rough. And we're aiming slightly left of pin. Adjustment, max plus 20. Obviously, if you have a longer drive, you might want to click a backspin, or shorter drive, maybe 0.2, 0.4 topspin. But as I said, focus on that second bounce. Max plus 20 is the adjustment here, and this is not a guaranteed albatross by any means, but if you do drop it, then enjoy it. It's a real bonus. And get the hell out of there. But look at this, we do hit the pin, thankfully it stays in. It's one of those, if you get it, brilliant, but if not, take your eagle and run. Hole in 1 coming up, hole number 3, katana ball, and my reference here is the blue ring at plus 3 yards. 3.2 backspin, 1.5 side spin to the right. I was aiming at the pin there, but I just decided need a bit more right spin because we are having a little bit of crosswind here, so I do offset slightly. That's why I changed to 1.5 right spin. And the adjustment here is max plus 15. Max plus 15. In headwind scenarios, going to play minimum distance with the quarterback and a katana ball, power 2. Complete minimum distance line, bullseye right in the middle of the rough. Then we're going to add spin, and here I'm going 1 bar of top spin and 3 bars side spin to the right. And you'll see there the ball guide very close to the cup. Adjustment here, minimum distance minus 10% elevation. So minimum distance minus 10 on this one gives me 4.2 rings. Then we are going to take our shot, hitting perfect, and this will bounce very nicely into the rough and roll down beautifully for a hole in one. Hole number 4, going to play with a power 3 ball. Going to go with 4.5 top spin, and we're going to also play with 1 bar side spin to the left. We do have headwind angle here, but still going to be managing okay with extra mile. Set up ball guide pointing down the middle of the fairway. Adjustment I make here is maximum distance, 10% elevation, and it will take us into overpower, so we do need to add that on, in which case maybe even 1 ring extra than you were just into, just to make sure you get enough distance on the drive. So 347 yard drive. We can use yardage notes on this hole. Going to have to tweak them depending on our wind direction though. Here I like to set up with the red ring touching the rough and then going with backspin, get the ball guide to the hole. So between 2.5 and 3 bars of backspin. And then we are going to play with yardage notes here, and this one I'm playing 44% slider, 10% elevation. But obviously those numbers are likely to change depending on wind strength and direction. However, once we've dialed them in, then it's going to be a very good chance here. And even if you're not dialed in, you can approximate true club distance 10%, maybe even a little more if you're getting strong wind, but a good chance for an eagle. Hole 5, once again going for the rough bump here. We do have crosswind with some headwind as well. So going with the katana just to cut down on the kingmakers. 4 top, 3 right. And then we're playing this one a medium distance minus 10. So medium distance minus 10. But this is a difficult one to drop in all winds, to be honest. But it's, for me, better chance going for the rough bump of a hole in one than bouncing over. So it's medium distance minus 10. Hole number 6, really only one way to play this hole. I never really go down the left hand side because the second shot is so awkward. So in tailwind we can of course go full blast down the right hand side, otherwise going to have to bounce over. Big topper is excellent for this. Max top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. If you do have a better driver like high level APOC or Thor's hammer, then go with that. Max plus 10 here, kingmaker or katana. We do need to swing this ball round to the right, especially if we have wind as we do here going from right to left. So max plus 10, plenty of curl with the big topper. Do make sure you hit perfect. And this one will bounce over nicely and the top spin will take us very comfortably down the fairway. Second shot, going to play with our sniper and find a good landing position here. We do have a little bit of headwind, so I have moved back from max distance. Ball guide to the hole, using the spin to whatever it takes really to get the ball guide to the hole in this instance. Obviously if you do have tailwind, then you'll be wanting to probably play at max distance of your club with backspin, leaving the ball guide short. The green does also run downhill. Here I play this one just under max plus 10. Obviously you're going to have to work out elevation and club distance once you know what wind angle and strength you're dealing with. Hit this one very nicely and we do roll in beautifully for an albatross on this par 5. Hole number 7, very tricky hole, going to be even trickier with increased wind strength in this tournament. So this one is going to be very, very interesting and plenty of elevation required here. We do have cross tailwind in this example. Going to play with a katana. Obviously, with high winds, I would recommend going with a kingmaker, to be honest, though, because this hole is very difficult, even with low wind. Adjustment here, I play max plus 40, but like I said, be prepared for your elevation to increase. There is a huge downhill second bounce to deal with here, which you will see right now. Very difficult, par 3. Hole number 8, and we are going to want to send it here, especially with any form of tailwind. So it is going to be a berserker, and obviously you're going to have to vary your topspin amounts once you know what wind strength you are dealing with. This one will get to green very, very nicely though, with 6 bars of topspin with a 7.5 mile per hour cross tailwind. Stretching out to find my position, then I'm going to adjust my rings max plus 0. Max plus 0. Then pushing up to max, I then visualize the amount of rings and just stretch out to see how much overpower I need. I add that one on. No curl needed here, just hit perfect. The fairway is narrow, so we do need to make sure we aim well and get a perfect ball. Topspin will take us very, very nicely though down the fairway and very close to the hole. We just roll through the rough in this instance. But either way, with enough topspin, you will either roll down the fairway or through the rough, all being well. Hole number 9, going with 6 topspin, 2 right spin with the Titan. Obviously, you can use a kingmaker as well, and you can also use a berserker, will get you even more distance. But the idea here, especially when we have any form of tailwind, is to try and get as far down this fairway on the left as we possibly can. Max plus 10, then push back up to max, and with a power 3 ball, I'm going to go with full overpower and a little bit of curl to the right. We do hit a great right here, but still going to be absolutely fine. Will actually get us a little bit closer to the green, so perfect. The odd great right, a minor great right, still going to be on the fairway. Great left will be on the fairway, but will put you further away for the second shot. Anything over 400 yards is going to be absolutely fine. Second shot, we do need to go aggressive really, especially for a 9-hole cup, so I'm going to go with the rough bump. Here I'm using plus yardage to work out my club distance. As you can see there, we're plus 3. So here I am going to play this one 82% slider, 5% elevation. So I'm taking a little bit off max distance because we are not quite max distance of the club. Only a smidge of spin needed here. Generally a no spin approach is good here. And then we adjust. It's going to take us down into the bunker, but we are still going to be okay in this instance, but obviously different wind angles, you're going to have to watch your adjustment here as well. Hits the rough nicely and the speed is good, but just misses to the right edge.